What's up guys, EPICJONTUAZON here, going to be doing a brake pad change on the 2012 Acura TSX. I will try and go through the steps to help you guys out in changing your brake pads. So let's get started. First thing you're going to want to do is get your jack in place. Make sure you have your jack stand for safety, and then while the tire is on the ground, break loose the lug nuts. Unless you have an impact wrench or a air gun. Otherwise you should break them off while they're on the ground with the breaker bar. It's a lot easier that way. So I'm going to go ahead and loosen all 5 lug nuts. Once you have your lug nuts loose, you can then jack up the car, remove the lug nuts, and then remove the wheel. This exposes the rotor and the caliper, and so basically the idea to get your brake pads out is to take out these 2 bolts right here. One on the bottom and one on the top. So I'm going to go ahead and loosen these. These are 14mm, and there is a locking nut here that you may have to use another wrench to hold on to. So I'll show you that. One, and that's 2. Now the caliper should slide off. Exposing the brake pads. So one quick suggestion is you don't want to put any tension on this brake line. So I would advise either zip tying it to the spring or just placing it on top here. Just keep in mind you don't want this to fall and dangle and then disturb your brake line. So now that you've exposed the brake pads should just pop this pin out. Brake pad should slide out. So this is my first brake pad change on the Acura, so I needed to get like a little flathead to kind of wedge it out, but they should come out fairly easy. Ta-da! And then just do that on the other side. Okay, now that you got your old pads off, you're going to want to take one of the old pads and then you're going to push the piston back into the caliper just so it can accommodate for the space of the new pad. And so how you do that is you get your brake piston tool, place the pad in against the piston, and then you're going to twist this, and this is going to screw in, pushing the piston back into the housing. Let's see if I could show you this and balance the camera at the same time. So if you could see that, slowly pushing the piston in. Now this is pushing the brake fluid back. Sorry for the shaky video, but this is pushing the brake fluid back from the caliper back into the reservoir. Time to take out the caliper bolts and re-grease them. So what this does is when the piston pushes in, it puts pressure on these bolts, and over time the grease inside tends to wear out, so it's a good practice to take them out, re-grease them, and prevent any corrosive damage or rusting or seizing. So these just pop right out, clean them off, and re-grease them, and then insert them right back in. Okay, I didn't get to film greasing it, but I am using the Permatex Ceramic Extreme Brake Parts lubricant. It's purple in color. It's also high temperature, so I'll definitely won't get this car's brake pads or any brake components up to the highest temperature, but it's a good practice to have just in case, you know, anything ever happens. So yeah, I use the Permatex Ceramic Extreme if anyone was interested. Okay, so that is it. Pretty quick and easy DIY for you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys on the next video. See ya.